Hi, lovely one. So, just first of all, I'm a little bit late, but Happy New Year. I hope you're all settling into this year. And I feel there's a real expansive energy at the moment, which is nice. And last year was quite intense for many of us. I know that. So, we can leave that behind with fresh energy. As you can see, you might see a different background. I'm actually in my office creative space. I'm just playing around with the light as I'm sort of sat on a slant here. um, but it's just better sunlight up here, so I'm gonna test it out. So yeah, let me know how you're doing. And we have, I'm a little bit late recording this because I've been suffering from a cold. So I'm getting over it luckily because it's my birthday in on Saturday. So on the 13th. That's good that it's clearing. So sorry for my slightly croaky voice. So we've got the new moon. It's happening in Capricorn at 20 degrees and 44 minutes. On the 11th of Jan, so that's today at 11:57 a.m. That is GMT time. So do check your time zone for that exact time. So I'm literally about just before the new moon recording this. Um, and yeah, you know what? I've literally been in hibernation. Maybe some other people have felt like I had a really quiet Christmas and New Year, but it was so nice. It was just what I needed. Like we had one day with our parents, me and my partner. We went to my mum's and we saw his parents in the morning of Christmas Day. The rest of the days were just staying at home, vegging on the sofa, like reading, doing whatever I needed, which at this time wintering, we really need to go gently and just listen to our body and do what is needed, right? So I give you permission to slow down. And even though we're into 2024, I don't feel we should go all guns blazing. Like this, especially this new moon, is a real opportunity to sink into the year and go, what is it I really want? What is it I really desire this year? So with the Capricorn moon, Capricorn is reminds us of our responsibilities. It's, it is the earth sign that's like, right, let's get serious now. And God, do I know that energy well. With the Sun Saturn conjunction, it's beating my ass all the time. So hello to fellow people that are often hard on yourselves. And as creative people, I think we often are. So just go easy. Um, but this is an opportunity to tune in and go, okay, well, with this archetype of the goat fish, um, there's this trait that we can be really self-disciplined. Um, and we're willing to endure, all those obstacles, all those challenges, like the mountain goat going up the mountain. We're here for the long haul, right? I certainly know I am. And then I get annoyed at myself when I'm ill because I just can't function. So, lean into what are you dreaming up this year? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing people's dreams and visions for the year. Or maybe it's bubbling up because with a new moon, this is the time to get really still. And in that stillness, as I found being ill, is the best ideas come to you. So just give it space and be honest with yourself. Where can you be more self-disciplined? And I know that winter is really hard for many of us. And I think from after Christmas, New Year, we get into a rut of sort of taking it easy. I think that's okay to a certain degree, but hold my hands up high. I've been struggling to get out of bed. So I'll eat my breakfast in bed, which is okay. And then I end up not doing my yoga and I'll do it later on. But I know if I did my yoga in the morning, I feel more energized and ready for the day. So it's just little tweaks like that. What are those habits and structures that you can put into your day, right? And if you are a sensitive being, please take care of your immune system. I know that my now lymphatic system, immune system is under a bit of stress because I've got my progressed moon is moving into my first house in Pisces. So I've really got to watch that. And you might know about your progressed moon. That's a whole nother video. But anything cleavers is really good for the lymphatic system if you're needing to clear things out. If you have lots of water or lots of Pisces, I do know that's the weak spot. So this new moon as well is in a trine with Uranus, so there's a harmonious aspect to this. Uranus can bring like radical thinking, but it also connects us with our intuition. So that is, probably feel more connected to it, or your intuition feels stronger. So please listen to it. And you know, Uranus helps us to be a bit more rebellious. And this is something I've been reflecting on. It's like, where am I playing it safe in my life? Where can I shake things up? I feel like as much as I needed that time to hibernate, I'm ready to get out in the world. Like, what do I want to focus my energy on? What do you want to focus your energy on? What creative projects light you up that you want to start putting those foundations in place? And I always say that it's quite a good metaphor. Think of the house with the bricks. You lay one brick by brick. You don't just create a wall overnight, right? So be gentle and know that those small steps you take every single day, they're the ones that are gonna move you closer to that end vision, although I don't ever think there's an end. If you're on this journey, there is lots of twists and turns in it. But it's going to get you to the top of that mountain much easier. Um, yeah, so this is a real opportunity, a new beginning. As with any new moon, it's a new beginning and an opportunity to do some healing. So I've been delving into a bit of medical astrology. I'm not trained. I went on a webinar with the beautiful lady, Kira Sutherland, and she teaches medical astrology. And it was tracking your progressed moon and sun and seeing the cycles. So you can see if there's cycles of illness or like physical pain or emotional um, stress that you experience, you can see the patterns so that you know when that transit is coming up, you know to pay extra attention. Right, fascinating. Hence why I talk about Pisces. Found out my progressed moon is on is going on Pisces. And you may have set some intentions for the year. Love to hear. Let me know in the comments below. You may have some words or phrases. And one of mine that came to me in meditation is vitality. I've for years have struggled with my immune system. It's got a lot better in the last 3 or 4 years. I'm hardly ill. Um, maybe get ill once a year, like a cold. But I used to be ill about, not exaggerating, 5 or 6 times a year. So it was bad. And I know with my Pisces rising, if anyone knows if you've got lots of water or Pisces in you, you're extra sensitive. So we need to factor that in. So this idea of vitality is like, yes, I really want my health to feel, I really want to feel more aliveness in my body. Because I'm also susceptible, I can be a bit lethargic. And I know that's the Capricorn sun often maybe finding it hard to be expressed. So there's just understanding ourselves in different ways. And you can look at as well, each zodiac sign rules different body parts. So Capricorn rules the skeleton and the knees, and our bones. So, just make sure you're stretching. Yoga's really good for that. Okay, so yeah, what are you focusing on? How can you be more disciplined? And what is a responsibility? Often we forget what our core values are, and Capricorn reminds us. So, what are your core values? And I find when I get lost, I've forgotten what is really important to me. So, um, For example, self-expression, creativity is one of my key values. And this idea of trust, trusting myself and the process, which is still ongoing work, right? Especially as artists, we have to trust we make a mark that the next color, we're going to be guided to the next shape that we're meant to make on that canvas. And we're really in the unknown now. So trusting that process, maybe you're a writer, whatever you're doing, can feel daunting. But just knowing what is the next step, always asking yourself, what is the next step? And if your mountain feels so big, step it back to, okay, this is my big, big vision. Um, what can I do today to move closer to that? Okay. One of my visions this year is to go to Costa Rica, and there's a beautiful community in I'm going to forget the name of it, near Guanhila. I'm probably saying it wrong. Anyway, it's a community, and I'm like, right, I'm going to make that happen. I've already got a savings pot for it, put money in it, and I'm going to Costa Rica. So it's small things like that that you can make things happen this year. And just know that, however you treat yourself, that is telling the universe how you're wanting to be treated. Yeah. So this has always stuck with me. Your relationship with yourself is the most important thing. You're not selfish for needing extra time to reset or rest. So take January slowly. It's not all guns blazing month. And for me, with, following astrology, the new year really is in March anyway. So don't put all that pressure on yourself, because this Capricorn archetype can be that really critical voice within that has high expectations. So go easy and just let things emerge naturally. We're not here to push. And I often think that when I get stuck into pushing, I'm trying to open the wrong door. So flow with it, feel what feels good to me now, and follow that path. So I hope that makes sense to you. Now my light is, you know, coming in the middle of my frame. But I'm going to wish you new moon blessings, and I hope things start to simmer away and you get more clarity about what you want to focus on this year. Sending you lots of love, my dears. And just to say, if anyone does want to deep dive, I have a few spaces open for my 6-month container. So we'll leave a link below so you can check that out as well. All right, bye for now, lovelies.